Hello, everybody. Getting set up here. Figured I would come on time. Hey, there's a first, right? How is everybody today? Turning down my volume there on my phone. It doesn't have to be on because I can see the chat in the computer. But I figured to come on and say hello and see what's going on with everybody else today. I've been recording videos all weekend and today, and getting edited stuff this morning, getting it up. I forgot my lipstick. Doggone it. Shame on me. Hey, Colleen, how are you today? I saw a song over the weekend that I thought was funny for Colleen. It was You Can Have Him, Jolene. I guess it was the answer song to Dolly's Jolene. I was like, yeah, that's cute. I texted it out to a few people. You're leaving because you want me to put my lipstick on camera? I can do that. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. I should have gotten something brighter. You happy now? Yeah, You Can Have Him, Jolene. That was the name of it. I thought it was funny. Chapel Heart, is that the name of the band? Hey, Stephanie, how are you? Colleen, why do you not have a wrench today? That's not cool. Did you give me back my wrench and I didn't know it? Hi, Nancy. How are you today? I noticed. I was like, that ain't cool. My girl's got to be covered. Nope, not I. Okay, well, I gave it back. So I've been playing with hexies. These hexies still stink. I don't think I'm a hexy girl, Stephanie. I just don't think they're meant for me. This one's Machine Zone, and I just didn't get it. I am doing very well, thank you very much. And I've been playing with scrappies of fabric. Got some blocks made, and some videos recorded, and all that kind of good stuff. And I mathed this morning. Hey, Lori at Sherlock Sews, how are you? And when I say I mathed. I figured out how to make magic HSTs all the way up to 8.5 inches. Stephanie, I think you're going to have to be the hexy girl. Hi, Veronica C. Nice to see you here. I put a subscribers only mode on today. Sorry. There's just been some crazy stuff going on, and I wanted to make sure that everything was cool. Wayne is at a conference over there. He's coffee in hand and sitting on the porch. Now that sounds like wonderful. Or on your perch. Oh, you did mean porch. Okay, good. Good. I want to go have coffee on the porch, but it's so doggone hot here, you just can't. Oh, I thought I was too loud. Hey, Sylvia, how are you? And the gang. Colleen, is our Nightbot on today? Sylvia, I loved your emu you did the other day. Yeah, it's on. Awesome. 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 I tried to make sure before I came on. And you didn't even look nervous at all, Sylvia. You looked like you were right in your element teaching. And Sean's a good student, so. I know when I showed him how to do freezer paper applique, he got it just like that. Yeah, that's why, or Lori, I should say, That's why down here in Florida, it hits 70 and we're like, brr, we're all wanting quilts and to cover up. And yeah, we're all just, oh, Sylvia, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Hopefully you'll feel better soon. I admit I'm on Robaxin today. Shoulder started. I went, nope, we're not playing with this today. You did great on Sean's live. You didn't just do okay. Everybody I've watched on there with him is great. And he's a good student, so he learns quickly. So it's not like you're sitting there trying to explain to somebody who's totally lost. He's good at following directions, which is impressive as far as I'm concerned. What the, Sylvia, I don't know. I'll get it eventually. Everybody's time zones. I know Australia is nighttime when we're morning, but I think they're like middle of the night right now at 2:00. Nancy, what's going on? Have you got allergies? Or are you not feeling well? I can't wait to see pictures of that if you're allowed to put them up, Sylvia. You said over 100 4-inch squares you had to cut for that? I paid attention, even though I was mathing in Lori's today. I got a cheat sheet put together. I need to make it darker because I just did it in pencil on the back of a layer cake cardboard. And I need guidance on how to make this a Google Doc so I can share it from Google Docs. It's 4:06 a.m. in Sydney, 124-inch squares. Yeah, no, that's terrible. That's a lot of work. But I'm not doing much today. I just wanted to basically come on and say hi and chit chat with you guys. I'm playing with rulers. I did a bunch of, you can't even see that. Let's see. I did a bunch of squaring up half square triangles this morning, trying to figure out the math. Scan and make it a PDF, then just copy it to Google Doc. I will try. I probably need to type it out in Google Docs because it's just in pencil. Ooh, pinks, grays, and purples. That'll be pretty. Are you going to do hand embroidery on it, or just are you going to sew it together with a machine or by hand? That was what I meant to ask. I know Kate at the Last Homely House is doing basically an art jacket. She's doing all kinds of different embroidery and embellishments on hers. Yep. Sylvia. I won't sing to you. Obviously, I can't sing today. But I did a bunch of canning over the weekend, or Wayne and I did, I should say. We canned up 12 pints of chili. We've got a beef stew that we're working on. And we canned up some more beans. So I'm putting those videos out. And that's why my Amazon video this morning was all the canning stuff. Looking for something that we couldn't find before we started, but I found mine, didn't have to order another. And I thought, well, somebody else might be interested in this canning stuff. And actually, I've gotten a couple of really nice comments from people who don't comment a lot, which is good. Yeah. Please guard your privacy carefully. I know, Sylvia, and I'm not singing it to you because I hate when people sing Sweet Melissa to me. So I get it. Yeah, I understand. But the next to last time I was in the hospital, I had a nurse named Jolene, and she and I sang to each other every time she came in the room. It was funny. She was like, yes, I'm named after that song. So she'd sing Sweet Melissa at me, and I'd sing Jolene at her. We had fun. I was in there for 3 days. What do you do for 3 days? I don't watch television. Wayne did bring my laptop up for me so I could do some YouTubing, but there's only so much YouTube you can do when you literally aren't allowed to get out of bed. I finally told the nurse, I was like, what am I supposed to do? Call you when I need to go to the bathroom? She was like, yes. Yeah. I appreciate it. If you do give me a like, that's nice. Thank you very much. Okay, Stephanie, hubby's more important than I am for sure. He's in real life. I'm not. And speaking of in real life, and this is the only time I'm ever going to say anything about this, there is a troll. If you see a troll, please report it to YouTube. Thank you, Sylvia. You look like I need a drink. Hi, Patty. Do I look like, look it up after the live? And it looks like I'm freezing for a second. Hopefully for only a second. So are you working today still, Patty? I know you were when I saw you at Lori's earlier. I'm back. Yay. I didn't go anywhere. You got jokes today. I'm just cold. Now, did you guys all see that I finished my time machine quilt? I finished it. I quilted it. I did everything to it. It's all done. It's got borders and backing and binding but I had fun quilting it. I quilted it on camera. So I was like, yeah. Somebody was like, oh, you're really good at that. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm average at best. It is comfy. I just put it over my legs because I'm chilly. But I like how it came out. I haven't even washed it yet. I can't wait to wash it. It'll be all puffy. See? And it's just big enough. That's sideways. It's just big enough to cover my feet up under the table and then to come up, to like right here so I can tuck my arms underneath if I want. But I can still do whatever I need to do on my desk here. Hi, Marie. What kind of beverages are served in the afterlife to ghosts? I'm afraid to ask. Booze? Okay. Sylvia, do you see the roll right there over my shoulder? I bought that from Walmart. I think it's a cotton poly blend. It's not super heavy. Hi, Faith. It's not super heavy. It's in this quilt, and you can see it's not really, let me get it up there where you can see it. It's not real thick wadding, or batting, as we call it here. It's fairly thin. If I want a heavier quilt, I can double it up, but I've always found that one layer of this is okay. And I actually do some quilts with no batting in them at all because, they're just summer quilts, just something, they're a little thicker than a sheet, but they're just summer quilts to put over you so you have something over you at night. Keep the breeze off. I always have a quilt with batting in it, but, that's because I'm always cold. So I said hi to Faith. I said hi to Marie. And Sylvia, I buy batting when I find it on sale. Yeah. Yeah, summer quilts is exactly what they are. Usually if I just put a single layer in, and like I said, if I want it thicker for some reason, I'll put a double layer, but this one just got a single layer. Matter of fact, I have another piece the same size, and I had cut a black and white time machine quilt with that music fabric that has the rainbow construction because I've been there, done that. I'm spinning. This is a pain. I don't like spinning. It's pretty lightweight. Yeah, Lori, it's easy to work with. It's pretty easy to cut. I haven't had any complaints about it, and it washes well. Yeah, I don't usually use fleece or flannel, but it's a great backing for a small quilt. I will buy fleece for babies that are born in the winter in Florida. My camera doesn't like it when I wave my hand around. Oh, yeah, Veronica, that's the way to do it. Get it when it's on sale and use a coupon if you have it. Yeah, these are fairly light. They're more like I said, like a thicker sheet is what they are. It's probably about as heavy as flannel would be if I had put flannel on the back. Let me scratch my ear. It's either my nose or my ear when I get online, right? Um, I use that fleece stuff, that no-pill fleece on the back of baby quilts for people who are here because it gives a nice surface, one, to grip to the floor if you put your baby down on it, and two, it's really soft. So if you're wrapping the baby up in the quilt, then when you wrap it around them, they've got something nice and soft against their skin. It's not your bum or your baby's or your honey's pet. I'm lost, Patty. Okay. Yeah, but we bought, as a matter of fact, we bought the 2 rolls of batting. I think that we got both of them for 125, and they're 96 inches wide by 25 yards long. So, I don't think that's too bad of a deal. It's big enough to do probably 5 or 6 twin size quilts, inches wide because it's 48 folded over. Hey Trace, how are you today? With it being 96 inches wide, it has plenty left over at the ends, so you can make table runners or smaller quilts, and you can frankenbat it easily. Stephanie this morning put up a video on her Booze and Bats quilt and showed her frankenbatting, and she showed that heat bond stuff that she has to put 2 pieces of batting together. I was looking at that, and my first thought was, okay, Patty, you have a great day. I was thinking, I wonder if SF101 would work if you cut it, in long strips and used it to put it together, if that would work really well. And then, of course, she used that applique mat for yet another use, which is awesome. And look at Tracy coming in here this morning. She's just killing it. Try not to move too many things around in front of the camera since I didn't want to migrate to my sewing room since I'm piecing today. I've got to finish up squaring up all of the chicken salad blocks and put that background together for next week. And then I made another one of those blocks out of that box. So I'm having fun with those. And I don't know if I'm going to put them together into a quilt or put them into like a table runner. I'm not as organized as some people. Tiffany kept 40 blocks together over the course of like 3 years. She's a better woman than I am. She really is. And Wayne got books for me this weekend. Everybody else loved Nancy Zeman like I do. This book is absolutely pristine, and it has all kinds of stuff in it. Yeah, baking soda and water is what I used for morning sickness when I was pregnant with the kids. Because I have bad morning sickness. And then this one is the other one that Wayne got me. And I showed this to Stephanie yesterday. Stephanie's doing that manger project. Well, this book, I'm going to see if I can get it up there. You guys see that picture? When I saw that, I thought of Stephanie's project. And I'm wondering if I could use something like that. Bicarbonate, Sylvia. Yeah, me too, Veronica. I think she probably taught me how to sew. Probably about half of what I know came from her. But anyway, I thought that picture would be cute if I blew it up maybe and did something like what Stephanie's doing. I kind of want to try to do the pattern she's doing, but the pattern's out of print. And Stephanie did talk to Edna Trout. Is that the right name, Steph? Trying to get copies of the pattern, but she's not in business. So hopefully, so she'd have to buy the copyright on the pattern to be able to sell it. And I don't want to violate someone else's copyright, but I may do it for personal for me. I just won't do it on camera. Yes, Sylvia. You probably call it bicarbonate of soda or something like that, Sylvia. I think that I've seen it on Great British Baking Show. That doesn't mean that it's available or it's in your house, but just means that it's out there. Yeah, Nancy was fun. I liked making, she had doll clothes for a while. You doubt you have any. Okay, well, I thought I would suggest, thought maybe it might help, but I just want you to feel better. That's all. There she is. I was just talking about you. You leave when I start talking about you and you come back when I stop. I was showing the picture in that machine stitchery book I got. Well, one of them. This one's probably more my speed. Is that picture there? To do something similar to what Stephanie's doing. Yeah. But I want to try the technique that Stephanie's doing. I really like the picture she's doing, but I don't know that I'm good enough to create my own, even for my own personal use. So maybe somebody will pick it up since everybody's talking about that pattern and wanting to do it. Yeah, I'm going to try it. I figure, why not, Steph? I got nothing to lose, right? Just going to learn it. And Marie, you weren't here the other day. Did you see that I got it? The little seam ripper. Thank you. My brain went, wait. I got the seam ripper and I used it on camera the other day. It works pretty well. I actually like it. I will be keeping it. You were right. I will be keeping it. And I have it suction cupped over here beside my Juki so that it'll stay right there by my sewing machine when I use it. So that's a nice handy little thing, and I don't have to go hunting for a seam ripper. If I scan the picture and it's altered, is it still copyright? I don't know, Sylvia. I don't know for sure. Maybe what I need to do is try to do something like I draw myself. I don't know, Tracy. I mean, there isn't really anything new in the. There isn't really anything new when it comes to making quilt blocks. I'm doing the quilt builder card deck thing. Oh, well, then I'll send you a picture of it. If you make it into an FPP, I think that's a whole different story. I'll take a picture of that and text it over to you, Sylvia. I was thinking of doing it the way Steph is doing that manger scene, because it would be fairly simple to do, and I think it would be good practice with using that bias tape. Oh, thank you, Faith. I want to get that one whipped out and done this week so that it's finished. Oh, okay. Well, I know I wrote that down, Stephanie. I don't know why I forgot that I wanted to go look at that. It's actually on my list studio because I'm actually sitting out at the Juki today. I'm kind of half listening to the canner because We've got stuff going that we want to put in the canner today. Actually came out cheaper to do a dozen our way than to buy the hot dog chili that I like. I like Hormel chili with beans on hot dogs. And it went up from, it used to be like $1.50 a can, which was fine, but it just went up to 208 and looks like it's going higher. So we were talking and we thought, well, let's see if we can make our own. And we made a big, huge, like stock pot of chili, like one of those great big 16 or 20 quart stock pots, and canned it up. Plus, we each had 2 bowls out of it yesterday, or 3. Yeah, there's a lot of copyright stuff I don't understand. Wisdom paper piecing. I've never heard of that one. But on Etsy, they copyrighted all kinds of things. Boy mom, girl mom, peace, faith, love, all that stuff. And I was like, how can you copyright all the sayings? You can copyright your graphic, I think, but not necessarily the saying. Faith Sylvia at UNEFPP does foundation paper piecing, but I've never heard of wisdom paper piecing. And maybe your autocorrect got you like it does me. It happens. Anyway, so we have chili canned up now for cheaper than we could buy it, which is good. And it's an approved food, approved by the U.S. Home Food Preservation people. I know, Colleen. I know. There's a whole lot of that going around too. Yeah, Sylvia's well, as far as I'm concerned, the queen of paper piecing. She makes her own patterns, and she makes it very understandable for me. Yeah, she meant foundation paper piecing. Her phone auto-corrected something dumb, which mine does too. It's never duck, phone. Just remember that. It's never duck. Oh, but yeah. But I'll send you a copy of that picture, Sylvia. I don't have a problem with that. The book's 1975 or something, or 1985. Okay, Marie, no problem. We don't mind that. Hey, Lori put up with me doing math while I was on her chat earlier. You don't say dumb stuff, Faith. That's not possible. You might say things you didn't intend to say there. How's that? I think so, Sylvia, but I don't think it's real expensive in the United States to pay to register that. I could be wrong. Boy, that sun is doing some wild stuff out there. All of a sudden, I turned yellow. Yeah, definitely. No problem lurking. Looks like there's quite a few people doing that, which is fine. They just like to listen. But I'm working on getting some, like I said, video editing and getting some things up today that I want up, because I've had all this stuff on backlog and I've still got 8 more videos that I've got to edit and get put up. They're not all going up today. I won't do that to you guys. Some of them are scheduled out for the forward. All right, Stephanie, I hope your dress fitting goes well. I'm sure it'll be gorgeous on you. I got to see a picture of Stephanie in a formal a while back. Boy, is she cute. You should have seen it. She's gorgeous. It's okay, Nancy. Is that the one that's like red and has rollers on it, Lori? And you set it like on a table? Yeah, it would be cute to use a few to make a village, Sylvia. And of course, Sylvia will have it up as a video, day after tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow if I get it to her quickly after we're done with the chat today. So I watched the guy use that. I thought it was interesting. We tried to create me one, but we weren't that creative. I try to be practical and creative, but we weren't that good. We didn't get all the little details that he did. I'm sure it took him a while to build it. Okay, Coley. So we bought, I have a Grace Cutie frame, and I'm still doing FMQ. I want to put my Juki on the Cutie frame and use it. But I think like some other people, I'll find that I outgrow it really quick. Because everybody that I've seen that's bought a Cutie frame has outgrown it within just a few months. Oh, it won't be up quite that quick. Oh, Nancy, I'm sorry. I take allergy meds every day. 100's not bad. I think that was like 300 or 400 when I saw it. It was expensive, or expensive enough to make the Cutie frame a decent buy anyway. So, and Sherlock also got something else that I've been looking at. I'm waiting on her review. Those glide things from Gypsy Quilter. Sylvia, I have a feeling our med boxes probably look pretty similar. Because I take a crud ton of turmeric. I take it morning and night. Allergy pills. The RA medicine. Yeah. But yeah, I take whatever the generic form of Claritin is. I think it's loratadine. Awesome. Well, maybe once you get a little bit comfortable with it, you'll film a little bit of it, maybe even as a short, so we could see how it works. I'm always interested in stuff like that. I like watching other people quilt and free motion quilt. Yeah, Nancy, I want a long arm too, but I don't know where I'd put it. On the roof, maybe? Loratadine, yep. I have a list in my phone that I update whenever they change anything for me. But when I go to the hospital and they start asking, I'm like, here's my list. You just look at this. Because the hospital always has like the antibiotics I was on last year and stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm not taking antibiotics anymore. Cetirizine, is that how you say that, Trace? I'm not even. Yeah, we're all on the same drugs. Is it what? You turn 50 and they start prescribing the exact same stuff? That may be the whole deal. That would be cool. That would be cool, Lori. I'd appreciate it. Like I said, I like watching that kind of stuff. Every time Tiffany puts up a long arm quilting video, yeah, I end up sitting here watching the whole thing transfixed like a dingbat. What do I take for my Arthur? I take Plaquenil, hydrochloroquine, I think is what it is, Nancy. They put me on methotrexate last year, but that stuff is rough. I took 2 doses of it and said, this stuff's out of here because it tore me up. Yeah, Faith, just like back in the day. Yep. They put us all on the same stuff. That way we're all like walking in lockstep. Feel like a Stepford wife yet? That methotrexate, yeah. I ended up having surgery. It is not supposed to cause all these side effects, but I ended up with perforation and ended up having to have bowel surgery. Trying not to be too graphic there for those in the back. Flotenafil? I'm floating or you're floating? Yeah, some of that stuff is just, some of those meds really, really are bad. But that's okay. Oh, Sylvia, she needs, well, I was going to say she needs to drink more water, but sometimes even that doesn't help me. Yeah. Oh, turmeric. A lot of turmeric, Nancy, if he can stand it. Turmeric can also cause stomach issues, but I take a turmeric in the morning and a turmeric at night. And I only recently found out they've got me on 400 milligrams of Plaquenil every day. I'm supposed to take one of those in the morning and one at night. And when I split it up, it seems to be working better. Yeah, Veronica, when I do videos where I'm speeding through something or trying to speed it up because if anybody wants to watch me do my bad average free motion quilting, I always try to put music over it too. And I always try to make something that feels peaceful to me because I sit and listen to my own sometimes too. And every once in a while, the video editor picks music that doesn't work. I used to give blood like it was a joke, Tracy. So the inside of my arms look horrible. I can't even, I'm looking and trying to see if it would make a decent picture. It won't. But you look at my arms and you think, oh, well, there's some good veins there, but they're not good anymore. Only because I don't get enough. I'm always dehydrated, it seems like, no matter how much water I drink. But I had a girl, the last time I was in the hospital, this lady came in like 3 o'clock in the morning, little tiny lady. And she comes in and she says, I'm going to draw your blood. And I was like, okay. And she put that needle in the back of my hand. And I was like, so when are you going to do it? She's like, I'm done. I was like, what? She got it. I mean, I didn't even feel it. And she got all the blood she needed. Yeah, I don't want to look like a junkie either. But junkies usually get between their toes or veins that you don't see all the time. Too many good people in the family or that I've met over the years. So it's epidemic down here. It really is. South Florida, every time I open Facebook up, there's another way too young person dying from drugs. Several that I've known. So yeah, it's scary. It's definitely scary. So my plans for today are to get my videos edited and get them exported and put where they need to go so I can get that off my desk. And then I have a quilt top I need to finish from Sew Along. Okay. And then I've got chicken salad to start working on. It is scary down here. I'm really glad we live as far out as we do. I can't say much about guns, Faith. We have a couple. Because where we live at, when you go outside, you're just as likely to see a bobcat or a raccoon or a wild boar as anything else. Hi, Kay. How are you today? I will send you that picture, Sylvia. I promise. I will take that picture in just a few minutes. I have my phone turned off of data right now because Wayne's on a conference call for work and I'm on here. So I don't want to wipe out the internet on us, but I will send it to you as soon as we're done. I won't forget. But we've shot at or killed several wild boars. Wayne's killed a few raccoons here lately because they're attracted to the chickens. And apparently our neighbors behind us are having a hard time with raccoons as well. So we don't store garbage outside. It goes either on the back porch or it goes straight to the road. We don't store it outside anywhere. There's nowhere to put it where the raccoons won't get into it. And worse than having to store garbage inside is having to go outside and clean up your garbage out of your yard. So, yeah. And it runs once a week here. But thankfully, we have a dump that's not too far away that is free for us to use. So we can, if we need to make a deposit sometime other than when the trash is running, we can do that. We just can't take trash up to the road at night. It has to go up in the mornings. I remembered that, Sherlock. My son's in Palatka, which is close to Jacksonville. Or one of my sons is. The other one's in Toledo. So, yeah. But, so is anybody else looking at doing any blocks from this? I think it's going to be fun. I'm using the same background fabric and then whatever scraps that I have in my scrap bin that'll fit with the background fabric to complete the block. You're going to do me I have a squirrel one in there I've got to finish. Not a FPP, it was applique. But I'm almost kind of thinking I need to do an applique of everything Sylvia's doing FPP on, but I heard about the Dear Jane quilt, but I don't remember what. Welcome back, Colleen, if you are back. But I will send you that picture for sure, Sylvia. Oh, awesome, Veronica. Awesome, awesome. The my viewer that sent these to me, I did finally find her name. It's on Instagram, and I did send her a thank you note, but I hope she knows that I'm using them and enjoying them, and I really appreciate them. Try to make sure I'm thanking her regularly so she knows they went to a good home. That's always my thing. I want to know stuff went to a good home. You know, I don't want to send it to somebody who's going to hoard it for the rest of their lives. You send it to somebody who's going to use it and do something with it. And I do like, there's a couple of features in this box. It has some layout suggestion guides. Hey, Lori at Quilting in the Country. How are you today? But it's got some suggestion guides for how many blocks it takes and what sizes to lay out, like baby quilts and twin and queen and king. And it's also got a conversion guide in the box. Like if you wanted to make one block and make a whole quilt of it, you could do that. And then it tells you how to estimate how much fabric you'd need to make a whole quilt, which I think is really cool. I haven't mathed on that yet. And Lori at Quilting in the Country, this is the math I was doing while I was on your live earlier. I was figuring out HSTs, doing Magic 8 Squares. Welcome back, Tracy. I was figuring that out. Nancy, what I'm doing is I'm going through the blocks one at a time and figuring it out like off camera and then doing it on. One of the blocks that I did would have been better if it had been done in all HSTs. Oh, that would be neat, Sylvia. Depends. Is there anything you can't do? I mean, you know, if somebody asked for like the Taj Mahal, how complicated do you want to do it? I think that would be cool, though. Yeah, Veronica, so far on the box one, it looks like the blocks in there are simpler than they are for box two. I wanted both of them, and thankfully they sent it to me. Oh, that's neat, Sylvia. That would be cool. That would be very cool, I think. But Veronica, if you want both, yeah. Or what kind of yardage do you have on that yeah fabric? I mean, do you have like 1 yard or 5 yards or 3 that you think would work together? I think a block would be great too, because then they can turn that block into a quilt if they wanted to. 13 more. If you're not subscribed to Sylvia, please go over and check out her channel. I'm betting that most of us are, but yeah, please, if you're not, check her out. She's trying to get to 50. Veronica, just Colleen and I and a couple other people just participated in some songs with 3-yard quilts by Donna Robertson. And I have videos up on it, and so does Colleen. So you might go check out some of her 3-yard quilt books on Amazon. Almost any quilt patterns will turn into something that's really nice. A 3-yard quilt makes about a 48 by 58 quilt. And I used a lot of Soya fabric in 3-yard quilts. This one's a 3-yard quilt. This is the time machine that Colleen and I just did. I've got a bunch of quilt tops underneath here. Thank you, Nancy. I have a bunch of quilt tops underneath here that I've used and made 3-yard quilts in different fabrics. And you could make the same pattern. Yeah, it's a nice lap size quilt. But you could make the same pattern over and over just with different fabrics, and it would look really, really different. Yeah, and I've got some of Colleen on my 3-yard quilt list. She put another video up today that I'm going to put on that as well. But that's a combination of both of us so that you can see those. And it shows you the construction. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. That's what I would suggest if you've got, 3 yards of something. Hello, Lynn. How are you today? But yeah. I think I sent an Alaska quilt last year. I have to go back and look. I don't remember for sure. Yeah, we did. I thought that was fairly easy. That way we could refer back and forth. And, not everybody learns stuff exactly the same way. Is that for me? Thank you. I got popcorn. I got popcorn. Oh, okay. I'll look at that, Veronica. I haven't been on Facebook today because I've been working on other stuff, but I will look. But anyway, Colleen and I have different ways of doing. You have no sound? Is anybody else having problems with no sound? Should have sound. Lynn, did you accidentally mute me? I hope not. No sound or no problem, Veronica? Everybody else seems to hear me. Okay. I lost what I was saying. Oh, anyway, people teach differently and people learn differently. Hi, Mary Jane. So I always, encourage people to look at other methods of doing things, because Colleen came up with some awesome ideas for how to add borders on her quilt. Okay, Kate, you have a great day. I usually throw my border over my shoulder and then thread spool and rolled it out from there. I got popcorn. But she wrapped hers around a thread spool. That was a super cool idea. And then I may adapt her idea to this, but this is batting or a binding. And I wrap mine around, that's a piece of pool noodle on a recipe spike. And I just wrap my binding around it. I don't know why I never thought to put my borders on one and roll them out that way. Wouldn't that make sense? You'd think I would apply the idea from one to the other, but I didn't until I saw Colleen do that. It was like, duh. Yeah, I feel dumb. Hot butter popcorn. That's good. I won't eat on camera in front of you, though, or no more. My dog will come over here and beg for popcorn. Every chocolate is good with popcorn. I don't trust you with more pokey things. Well, this one's got, it's got a little rubber, if I can get it over here. It's got a little rubber tip on the end so you don't impale yourself. Yeah, it is PVC piping. That's why we thought we could make it. Sylvia, I wish I had come up with the pool noodle idea on my own. I didn't. Sandra Kay actually turned me on to that idea. She suggested it in a video. I don't remember, I was in a chat maybe, but she suggested it and I thought, well, let's do it. And yeah, it works great. And the other thing about that is you can do binding on it. You can do borders on it. You could probably even wrap strips of, like if you knew you were going to use lots of tape or something. I'm sorry, Lynn. Brown sugar on popcorn. Yeah, that sounds good. Obviously, I lost my train of thought, so we'll lose that and come back to it if it pops back into my head. We all know that might be never. But I have that. And there was another tip I saw the other day that is just like right there. Yes, there's always replay. I appreciate that. If you can't be here during the live. Yeah, I hope you are staying safe. The rain is probably a necessity right now because it's been so hot. Lots of people have had fires, I understand, in Great Britain. So, yeah, I'm sure they need the rain desperately, just like we always do here. All right, Colleen, have you got everybody's channels up already from the bot? Yes, I appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. I still got popcorn back there, even though I chewed it up. The little pieces. Doesn't take much. Okay, I'm going to say bye. If everybody's links have been put up and stuff, I appreciate you all coming by and watching. I'm sorry I didn't teach anything today. No, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Lori. Well, Lynn, we always like having you here. It's nice if you get to interact with us. That's fun. All right, guys. I will see you Thursday. You'll probably see videos between now and then because, like I said, I've got a bunch I've got to edit and get put up. You have a good afternoon too, Trace, and everybody. Bye, guys. Thanks, Nancy. Bye, Faith. You too, Veronica. Bye-bye.